Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. Today I get to start off this episode by announcing something really awesome. We are going to be doing the Hermitcraft World Tour number 3. Now for those of you that don't know what the World Tour is, you know that we've done 2 of them before, but the Hermitcraft World Tour is where we take the map and we put it onto a public server and allow you guys to come on and check it out in first person. Now when we've done this in the past, it has been pretty disorganised and chaotic of an event. And things like the world getting blown up with TNT, people going into creative mode and telling people around, all that kind of stuff happens, and it hasn't been the most enjoyable experience for you guys. But this time it is going to be that much more awesome because Jotun has been super awesome and he has coded us a plugin, and this plugin is going to allow people to log on for 20 minutes, which might sound a little disappointing, but what happened last time is the first people that got to log on basically stayed on for the whole event. And so with a 20-minute timer for each person that logs on, it means more people will be able to get on overall. Now as well as that, you won't be able to break or place blocks in the world, no one will be able to take damage, and us guys are going to be on our best behaviour and we're not going to be in creative mode blowing anything up. So you'll be able to come around and see the Hermitcraft world intact. Now you'll be able to teleport around to everyone's base as well, so although you get 20 minutes, it's going to be easy to go and see everything that you want to see, which is going to be awesome. So I'm going to be live streaming the event, and in my live stream I'm going to give out the IP address for the server, so that's how you can find out the IP address and log on the day. And some of the other hermits might be joining me and live streaming as well. Everyone has been invited and a few people have said they will be there already, although I don't want to name any names just in case anything comes up. So I will definitely be there, and hopefully some other hermits will be joining me as well. Jotun will be one of them obviously because he has coded the plugin. And then yeah, we'll give out the IP address when we're streaming, you guys will be able to log in. So you probably want to know when this event is. Well, it's actually going to be tomorrow. This episode goes out on a Saturday, and we're going to be doing the whole event on Sunday at 9 to 11 PM British summertime. So for those of you in the UK, you'll know exactly what that is. It'll be 9 to 11, but for those of you who are elsewhere in the world, then there is a link in the description box. If you click that link, and it will be able to tell where in the world you are based on your IP address, and then it will convert the time zone and it will tell you what time it is in your area, so you'll know exactly what time to turn up at. So make note of that time. If you are interested, come over to the live stream, you'll be able to grab the IP address and have a chance at logging on to the Hermitcraft server and having a look around. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So you may be wondering, what was that intro about? What was with the slimes and Zombie Cleo? Well, dig for hire, I got my first job. And I've already finished it, but let's read the book over here from Zombie Cleo, Call of the Cthulhu. So, please help, my mental state is at an all-time low. Your digging services are painfully required under the museum. I need a large section of stone removed behind the portal shape under the museum. I can show you where I need to dig, I can show you where I need digging if you feel it necessary. So the offer, now this is very generous, 50 diamonds, 2 stacks of coal blocks, 2 stacks of redstone blocks, and 1 stack of gold, and what's left of my sanity. Help, love, Cleo. So, this generous offer right here, I couldn't accept it. I said that I would take half of this, but actually now I'm going to need the redstone blocks for something that we'll be doing later on in this episode. So what I think I'm going to do is take half of the diamonds and 2 stacks of redstone blocks. Now I don't know if Cleo's actually paid me yet, but I finished the job already. I'm going to put up a little thing in the right hand corner so you can see me doing some of the digging, but we are actually going to go over there and take a look at the finished job right there. Now I was thinking of doing a time lapse or something like that, but you know what, I've done time lapses of me digging before and it's just really not really not worth doing another one. So I just got the job done and I thought I'll talk about it when I record my next episode, which is right now. And now you can hear the annoying spacebar. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. It's going to take me a while to get over there, so I won't tap on the spacebar. But yeah, we'll go over and have a look at the finished job and see if I've been paid yet. It's not necessary that I get paid anytime soon, but as I said, those redstone blocks are going to be extremely useful for what we're going to be doing in this episode. So here is the finished product. It's actually kind of hard to find an angle where you can look at all of this all at once, but that is the digging bit that I done right there. And you know what, this didn't actually take me that long. It took me about an hour and 20 minutes to do the whole thing. I came down here and plopped down a beacon at the bottom. I grabbed my efficiency 5 picks and went to work, and I think I went through 2.5 picks in total. So I was kind of expecting it to take longer and to take more picks, but it was a good dig. And it got done really quickly. I'd done it straight away as soon as she asked, and yeah, that's all there is to show you really. But this place, look at it. She done all of this right here, I think, without instant mining, which is what you get with a beacon and efficiency 5. And I can see what she meant by losing her sanity. This must have taken forever. And whatever she is doing down here is going to be absolutely awesome. She was telling me about some of the things that she was going to do in here. I think it was some sort of monster or something was going to be reaching out of the wall here. In fact, I recorded it. So why don't I show you that while I head back to my base?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, there you go. That works. Okay, sorry.
Excellent.
Like I was saying, I think I'm asking a lot for the for the price. Right, you see the archway?
I was going to say I will cut the price in half because it was ridiculous and...
No. I don't think it is.
No?
Based on what I'm asking. You see this wall of cobble?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the archway?
Yes.
I want that dug out to the back.
Okay. Do you want the archway size or what? Yeah, you want the bit inside the archway.
Hang on. Have you got ender pearls?
Yes, I have.
Right. Just...
Where? I didn't see where you went.
I've got stuck in a wall somehow. How the hell did that happen?
It's just buggy, isn't it?
Where?
Oh. That looked really funny.
Where are you?
Right, I'm gonna try, and yes, there we go, onto that bit.
Right. Okay. So I've got like that. That's my decorative bit, which I don't want touched.
Got ya.
Right.
So I'm digging the outside of this the dirt.
No. I want the archway dug out. I'm going to dig out the side bits because I can do those because those are pretty much directly down, and I can't. And my brain is just like completely fried from digging out the rest of it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just basically the archway I want dug out to the back because that's where the portal's going to be, and then I've got the demon coming out of it, which is going to take time.
Oh, you're doing like Monkey Farm Skull, like you're going to build. Like,
oh yeah, I've got basically a Cthulhu monster that comes with me to everywhere I build.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
that sounds seriously cool. I like that.
It should be good. I've got to take that platform back a bit because the scale of it. But we'll see what happens when the thing's been dug. I mean, I can do the outside bit when my brain is less fried, but I want to get started on the tentacles because tentacles are cool.
So my first dig for hire job complete, and I tell you what, Zombie Cleo's base, it is going to be one of those go-to places on the Hermitcraft server. The scale of that base, that underground project, is epic, and I am glad to have been a part of it. But anyway, we have to move on now because we're going to be getting to what I want to do in this episode, and I am not going to be able to finish this, but I want to start work on the Wither farm. Now, I was working with Deco and also with Mumbo on some designs in a test world, and we came up with a few different things, and I wasn't really happy with any of them. It just didn't feel right, like I was going to get the best design. And so I went to the expert, I went to JL2579 of the ZipKrowd crew, and I think you guys, some of you who know the ZipKrowd know what I'm getting myself into here. These guys build beasts of mob farms. They know everything about mob spawning and build the most efficient traps possible, and that always means intensive amounts of resources. So to build this, I'm going to need a ridiculous amount of resources, so I'm not going to be able to do this in one episode. It is going to be one of those ongoing projects, but when it's done, I'm pretty sure it's going to be epic. Now, there's still a few things for me to figure out with the design. I'm going to be using their spawning pads, but I'm going to be using something different for the crushing and sorting out of the mobs down below. But I have been getting prepared and getting materials together. Surprisingly enough, one of the things that I didn't have a lot of was wood. I've got plenty of redstone, although we are going to need more. I've got plenty of the other materials I want to build this with, but wood was the thing that I didn't have a lot of. So I went back to the hermit town and I was using the tree farm there, and I decided to put down a load of oak saplings in a big square. Now, this is a bit of an experiment. I decided to use the shears that I got from trading with the villagers, and also I made some more out of iron as well. But I thought I'd use shears to get rid of all of the leaves that were around the oak trees. So for those of you that do that, you know, you put them all down in a big patch and then chop it down once it's all grown. Moving the leaves out of the way kind of helped, and I don't think it was faster overall. But it did make a difference. But I discovered something kind of weird. I'll put the little video on the screen. When the trees grow, they block out the light level in the middle, and once enough of them have grown, all of the saplings pop out, and so you find these kind of little dead spots in your grid. So if ever you do grids of oak saplings, it's actually a good idea to put them in rows and not have them in a big batch, if that makes any sense. Hopefully the video on the screen will help you with that. So where were we? What do I need all of this wood for? Well, believe it or not, all of that is for crafting pistons and hoppers. I need 1,200 odd pistons and 600 hoppers. It is a ridiculous amount of resources. Oh, it's a little guy. I love these ones. Ah, hey, you're welcome here. Sweet. That totally interrupted me. I love the little ones. Whenever I see them in the Nether, oh, they're so cute and adorable. But so getting back to it, what I was trying to say is that I need a ton of resources to build this, and I'm even thinking of building this thing out of quartz. Now, when JL showed me it, their design had quartz built around it, and it looked wonderful. And I was thinking, if we're going to put all this time and effort into building it and using all of these resources, then maybe we should use the quartz, because I have loads of it, as you guys know, somewhere in these chests. By the way, I rearranged this little area here. You may have noticed I've moved some chests around, made it a little bit tidier. And yeah, we have tons of quartz that we could use to build this, so I might be using all of that as well, and basically making this the best wither farm we can make it. So one of the things I want to do is show you a mock-up of it in creative mode, although it's not really going to be a mock-up, it's going to be the actual design, because I'm going to be using JL's spawning pads, and then I'm going to put my own little crusher thing at the bottom, so hopefully I'll be showing you that this episode. But while I'm doing all of that crafting, I've got a lot of crafting to do, obviously, tons of things to make. I wanted to show you a clip of me welcoming Slipgator onto the server and giving him a little bit of a tour around. I'm not going to show you all of it because it went on for a while, but I thought I'd show you a little bit of that because of course we have a couple of new members on the server, and also I have a new neighbour as well. Tinfoil Chef has found a location near the bottom of this area. Now you can't actually see it on the map, but below where that grasslands area, right at the bottom of the map, there is an extreme hills area, and he has chosen to settle down around there. So I might also go over there and have a look if I get the time, but it's good to have a neighbour because I was actually quite far away from everyone else. But anyway, enjoy this clip and I'll be back in a moment.
What is up the world? It is your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here, and xisumavoid is
hey man.
defending me.
You got some zombies after you. Oh, one shot kill.
Man, that thing must be pretty powerful.
It is a pretty good bow. It's the bow of force.
Oh my
How are you doing anyway?
I'm doing good. I'm scared. I'm a little scared right now.
Doesn't look too comfortable up there. Let's kill this guy. I'll tell you what, there are going to be more of these guys coming.
Well,
we've got to get you to a safe spot.
Make it for an adventure. Right, so it's our first time logging in.
Yes.
And I grabbed a little bit of wheat already for some bread, just so because I was going to die.
What, you're going to need a few steaks to get you through.
I love
Going to be lots of walking around looking at all the things on here.
Alright, cool. So Suzuma's going to give us a little bit of a tour.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a spawn area.
Yeah, this is a spawn, and basically spawn is just a desolate area where, yeah, you can see there's a couple of farms that have been abandoned, there's random chests, furnaces. That thing over there is an iron farm. In fact, before we go anywhere, I should show you how to get free iron. If you're cool with using free iron, then there is an iron farm.
Oh yeah, sure.
And
great.
I'm sure you know how those work.
Yep.
The irons, they come down from up above, and they go into a grinder somewhere around here, and then all of these chests down here, they fill up with iron. So
Ooh.
there'll probably not be much in there, because me and Mumbo often raid this.
Well, real quick, just for safety's sake, might as well just get a little bit of an outfit going on.
Yeah, so a good idea that is. It's a bit dangerous around here. It hasn't been fully lit up. So that thing over there that you see, up in the sky, that's some sort of nether portal system that King built, and I don't know how it works, but it's supposed to do something. And Tinfoil Chef, who also joined the server recently, he spawned all the way up the top there.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why I put him up there. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I guess it picks like a random block, and then it looks for the highest block, and his just happened to be up there. So
right, cool.
Yeah, so over here is, oh, there's a creeper, watch out. It's standing still.
Where is he?
Is it standing still for you?
Yeah, he's just standing right there.
Okay, so I'm not lagging out.
I don't think so, but I think I lost you.
Hey, look, I'm hugging a creeper. I'm inside the creeper's head.
Where are you?
Oh man,
Maybe
I should be right next to you. Can you see me?
No, that's really odd. Maybe
yeah, I think the server might have crashed. All of the animals are standing still. There's a guy with a shiny bow over there.
Oh yeah, you disappeared.
Oh no, that zombie's moving. I think something's happened to the server.
Oh,
This is
here
a
it
good
comes.
start. So you see this guy. Can you see me hitting him?
Oh, no, I didn't. Alright, let's just...
But you saw him move, right?
Yeah, I saw you, you knocked him
This
back.
is strange. I don't know what's going on. Let's kill... This guy's got levers. Oh, it's the same guy.
Alright, hold on.
Take that.
I'm gonna log out and back in. Stop recording.
So interestingly, you are still there, and now there's two of you for me. This is fantastic.
Oh wow, and I still can't see you, so you might have to try logging.
Yeah, I really wanted to hug that creeper again, but I'm gonna relog. Let's do this. Almost selected the wrong server then.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, the creeper's gone. I was kind of worried because I was thinking if it's bugging out and I'm down there hugging a creeper, what if he's blown up and I'm dead and I don't even know
You
it?
don't know it. Yeah.
Anyway, we better get out of here. This area is a bit dangerous. So
Yeah.
this is another portal thing down here. If you ever figure out what exactly it does and how it works, let me know.
Yeah.
So here is the Wither farm that JL showed me. This thing is an absolute beast. It was made by the ZipKrowd guys, and I am well and truly impressed at this right here. Now, JL explained to me some of the principles for how mob spawning works and why the trap was designed this way. For example, the way you see these glass blocks and the fence gates, they all go into basically making the most efficient trap that you can. And I'm not even going to try and attempt to explain those because I'll probably get a lot of it wrong, although I did learn some things talking to JL, which is a good thing. But I have since realised, since building this, that this is not the trap for me, because this is a super efficient trap that works really well in a test world environment like this. And for what I had in mind, dealing with lower spawn rates, this would really be overkill and very time consuming and expensive to build for something that wouldn't provide a lot more efficiency. So when you're in an environment like this, the only place that mobs can spawn is inside this area, which is why it's been designed this way, so it will maximise the amount of spawns that you can get and sort them down into the area below as quick as possible. Now on Hermitcraft we're going to be in a fairly good area because we've got a large lava lake, but there is also a ton of netherrack, which means there's loads of other places for mobs to spawn. And so with the small amount of spawns we will get inside here, the extra efficiency this provides will really be minimal overall. So if I go down to the bottom and explain to you what my idea for this Wither skeleton farm was, then that is probably going to make a lot more sense. Now I'm going to call this the poor man's Wither skeleton farm because it's based on an idea that happens down the bottom here, and that is a crusher that runs on a timer. So I've switched to peaceful mode just to make explaining this a little easier. The idea, as I said, a crusher that runs on a timer, but the trick here is to understand that the mobs fall down from the top and they land on these half slabs. Now the skeletons, the pigmen and the wither skulls, they'll be one hit kill because of the fall damage, and the blazes will make their way down here without taking any fall damage at all. But when the wither skeletons are standing on top of these half slabs, they are not going to take any damage when being crushed. So by having a crusher on a timer, and you know what, I haven't even built the timer yet, that's something that I need to do. But basically it means that all of the mobs except the wither skeletons, they get periodically killed. So let's turn on the difficulty so we can see some spawns. Now you're going to see them come down very quickly because that's a very efficient trap in a test world environment. So there comes down a wither skeleton. Let's activate the crusher. You can see that these guys do not take any damage. Now another cool thing about this is that all the other mobs that come down, they just land on the top here, so it doesn't affect anything. When the crusher timer activates again, they drop down and it starts crushing. So you heard that that pigman there got killed, and none of the blazes have made their way down on that side, but over here you've got one getting crushed. And so this guy here, it's going to take a little bit of time before he gets killed, but then it activates again, and now all of these blazes will get crushed as well. And so the wither skeletons will be left over time. Now I done a test earlier. Basically I let mobs spawn here until the mob cap had been reached and there was nothing but wither skeletons down the bottom here, and I managed to get 3 skulls with a looting sword. So imagine I leave my game running overnight and the crusher at the bottom's running. We're getting a few spawns here and there because we don't have an environment like this for them to spawn in. Then those mobs that drop down will be periodically getting killed, and the ones that will be left over are the wither skeletons. So when I wake up in the morning, it will mean that there'll be tons of wither skeletons here. I can pull out my looting free sword and kill them all and get myself some skulls. And so for that reason, it doesn't really suit a trap like this because I need something cheap. You know, this is the poor man's wither skeleton farm, and so I think I'm going to have to keep on searching for a design. But a big shout out goes to JL2579 and the ZipKrowd guys. If you guys don't know these people, go and check them out. There are links in the description box. They are some of the best Minecraft players that there are. You can see this farm right here is unbelievably impressive, and I do really appreciate them taking the time to show me this and to explain how it works, but unfortunately it is not the farm for me. So right now I am very stressed out. Would you like to know why? Because I spent the entire day working on this farm right here and it doesn't work. So I went back to the drawing board, I saw my error, I'd gone too far into the whole efficiency thing and forgotten that the original idea was to make a poor man's wither farm to some extent. Obviously there's a lot of glowstone and pistons in this design, but it's a lot easier to build. It's a simple and repetitive pattern, and then you use the crushing system at the bottom. Now this timer here was made by Phenomen. It is brilliant. It basically allows you to adjust the amount of time that there isn't a crush for, and then all of these repeaters are when it's crushing, if that made any sense at all. I don't know, it has been a long day, so please forgive me. But it does exactly what we need it to do, which is retract for a short amount of time and then extend for a much longer time. So that would have crushed all the blazes had I not made a huge mistake with this thing right now. Sorry, right here. So this is inside the Nether Fortress. Now, after learning a load of stuff about wiring and light levels in the Nether from JL, I decided to put glowstone on top of all of my pistons, and this is because mobs can't spawn on them, but you can put redstone wire on them and you can power the pistons that way. So I used a little trick he showed me here where you put string going across the whole platform. I think this was designed by Panda, and then you have a clock that's turned on when the string is activated, and it blinks and sends a signal to power all of those pistons. So if ever a mob gets caught on here, then the pistons are going to keep pushing until it falls down the middle. So all of that seemed like it was great, it was going to work. Spent ages working out all the little details. The reason there's so much glowstone, like I said, is so that mobs can't spawn. And it looks like maybe there are still... Oh no, he actually got pushed off in the end. Okay. It's good to know it works. Yeah, so there were so many little complications and details and little bits of efficiency that I had to work on with this, and I spent all day working on it. And then I find out that, of course, wither skeletons, they need low light levels to spawn. I don't know how I missed that one out. JL explained it to me the other day, and then huge derp, this thing doesn't work. The only thing it spawns are magma cubes and pigmen, and so now I feel pretty defeated, you know. I spent ages working on this, I've overlooked something really simple, and it's been ruined. So I'm not going to go into too much more detail about it. I was really looking forward to building this, and that's just the way it's been, I guess. So something just occurred to me, or may not be lost. Now, I pointed out in that video with a little text overlay that the reason we have the glowstone with the redstone on top is to stop the magma cubes from spawning, because they can spawn in this one high area here. Now the only thing that they can do is either drop inside the trap, and then they'll get sent down to the area down below where we actually have a little cactus thing at the end to deal with them, or they can drop down to the side, and wherever they drop from, I think they die wherever they land because of fall damage, which means that all of this glowstone up here, if we were to change it to regular blocks, with the exception of this here, this would probably need some modification so there wasn't a too high gap, then those magma cubes that spawn, they would either fall off to their death or fall down into the trap, and I don't think they would actually get stuck on here for too long unless they headed directly in this direction, and it would take a lot of them to slow the trap down doing that, and I'm pretty sure they always head at a what would be the word to describe it, but you know, like southeast or northwest. They never go in one direction straight. I think that's how it works. So maybe not all is lost here is what I'm saying, but it has been frustrating. So I think what I'm going to do next is just make those modifications and see what happens. So it would appear that things now kind of worked, except we get this thing happening, and it only seems to happen with the wither skeletons. They kind of get caught between the two sides and the pistons go crazy. Now I'm not sure how exactly I can fix that, but after a while they do drop down and the pistons aren't really causing too much lag. But here's something interesting. Now I'm going into these gaps here and adding half slabs because there are a couple of places that I forgot to put them, and that is really loud. That is so annoying. But the magma cubes are getting stuck. There were two of them in either corner and then the ones below as well, but it would appear that they have gone. Perhaps they've despawned. There it is, there's one right there. So you can see that he's come across this bit and then jumped onto the glass in this corner. Now there were ones on the ones above or below, I think. And what we can do here is remove these 2 bits of glass, and now he's going to be able to jump his way out of here. Unless he decides to go in that direction, in which case he won't be able to get out, so I might have to look at that as well. But this isn't the end of this design, I think. There's obviously some things that need sorting out with it, but I think maybe we can actually salvage this. There we go. So one of the guys has spawned on the outside there, and now he's about to jump. Oh, not that time. Go on, one more jump. And no, he's changed direction. It looks like he might be there for a while. See, if he heads in this direction, the half slabs are going to stop him from jumping off. Yep, another problem with this design. And obviously the pistons as well. That is absolutely crazy. Well, a proof of concept if you ever need it. The whole time I've been flying around there looking at what's going on and making some adjustments. I come down here and there are loads of wither skeletons left over. Now this is the kind of effect that we will have leaving this thing running overnight, and so right now I am pretty drained from the amount of time I've spent working on this, and just the mistakes that I've made. It's ridiculous, but I think there is some hope for this design. Well, this episode has certainly not turned out how I expected. I thought we'd be making lots of progress by now. I thought I'd get to play some survival Minecraft, and I've just been doing stuff in creative mode, trying to figure out and get my head around this wither farm, but I hope you guys can forgive me. I know you like to see progress in the episodes, and I like to make progress as well. It's just been one of those kind of days, I guess, or a couple of days, because it's taken me quite some time to record this episode, funny enough, despite it mainly being me talking and pointing at things. But yeah, it's just been like that, I guess. So I figured I would spend the rest of my time making some progress, and I've cleared all of the sand out of this area over here. Now the last time I showed you this, I think we had cleared a fair amount on this side here, leading all the way to the edge, and I've now cleared that going all the way across to the river. So if we just step up here, I think we'll be able to get a good view of everything. And actually I've got some dirt blocks, which is handy, so I can pillar up and have a quick look. So let's just pop up here and have a quick look around. Look at that, all the sand has been cleared around this area, all the way up to the river, and you can see I've actually sort of cut into the river all the way up to where that bend is. So now if we open the map, all of this should update. And yeah, you can see a huge amount of progress there. At the moment, what I'm aiming to do is just to go around and get rid of all the sand and dirt and all the other stuff in this area, and then all that's left to do is to dig out the sandstone. But I think that's a decent amount of progress, and I think next episode maybe we'll do a bit more stuff in the wasteland as well. There's a couple of things I want to play around with and get your opinions on, so that'll be it for this episode. Again, I do apologise for the way things went. I was hoping to start that with a farm project, but it looks like it needs some more time, and so I guess a lesson learned, I should have everything ready before I start recording my episode. But there you go. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.